It's in the game. Hop in that whip, yo, I got places to go. People to see, time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going. The women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry, that's always on. I know the storm is coming. My pockets keep telling me it's gonna shower. Call up my homies, it's on and popping the night, cause it's meant to be ours. We keep a fadeaway shot, cause we ballin' and spittin' up every hour. Look, mama, ow, you just like the flowers. Girl, you the truth with all that goody powers. Like a number one fan. Don't open my mouth, let her talk to my fans. My paper planes making a dance. Yes, I'm like that's part of my rebuilding castles that's made out of. She's amazing, on fire blazing, hotter than Cajun. Girl, won't you move a little closer? Time to get this maximum wage. The days that is waving at me like, damn it, I know you. You run the show like a hoster. Tell me whatever and I'll be your gopher.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Matt Prater ready to get this one going. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Fielded at the 7. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. So they'll decline this and take the result. And that penalty is going to go ahead and put them right back where they started. It's 1st and 10 again. Motioning him from the slot right. Stafford now on 1st down. He's got it over the middle. And after the penalty, they pick up 2, make it 2nd and 13.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Double right, and 20.
Working from the gun, here's Stafford. It's caught. This is Tajay Spears. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
From From the 40-yard line now, and this is 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost. He busts those tackles.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Shotgun snap to Sanford. Dumps it off to his running back. He brushed him off with ease. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
It's a gain of 10. And the Packer first down.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Ready.
Empty backfield now. Running back motions out left. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry. To the left and hauled in by Odunze. He's on the move past the 15. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. It's a Roma Odunze touchdown. Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fox now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
First carry now. This is Bashal Tutu. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Ward, a quick throw. Complete. And he goes out and just needed one more step there to reach midfield. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
On the jump. 60 average. 19. Start. Here we go. 18. 70. Timberwolf. Buffalo 18. Ready.
From the gun, it's Ward. And he's conked, and it's Higgins again. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
He just throws this one away.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. He's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
70 Lions. Ready.
Again, Ward going to the air. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless. That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Out of the shotgun, it's Ward. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
That's the first down, and he's still going. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears finish off their opening drive. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves it can stop it.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. He dodged the tackle. This makes it up to the 25.
The Packers take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Middle. Ready. Yellow waiting. A lock. Zebra. 50-50.
Throwing now, Stafford. Brought in right side. And he's tackled for a short gain. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
It's not just imperative that the quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Stafford from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
We've set it down from 37.
Set. Blue 60. Zebra. Hey, easy. Double lock. Hey, 20. Almost. White. 20 high.
First down throw here for Stafford. This is Cox. That's Cox. And he will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. They send a man in motion.
21. Hey, Omaha, 10.
So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Now Stafford again. He's got it inside the 10. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take a second quarter lead.
I I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Extra point up and good from Bass. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7. Fox now to kick this one away. This will end up as a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10. Tootin gets it from the gun. Give him 5 on that carry. Bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. It really creates some indecision now defensively.
Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap now to Ward. Hits him on the out route. And he will not move the chains, Brock. In fact, he can't even get back to the line. He's going to go out of bounds for a loss of yards. It's going to be 4th down. From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2.
60 Eagles. Mustang 19. Ready?
On 4th down, Ward. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. There he goes. Pick 6. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, they had to try something there on 4th down, but that throw played right into what the defense was anticipating, Brock, and they make it hurt that much worse by taking the turnover back for 6.
Hey, I'm all for these great group celebrations, and, you know, I'm not Captain No Fun, but one of these times I'd like to see that player run that football over to the D coordinator who predicted that play was coming and really made the right call to create that opportunity.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers double their lead to 14. The Packers take their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Jack Fox set to kick
Well,
off.
Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
35-yard line.
Some nice field position here. Bears getting set, 1st and 10.
70 Rangers.
Ward shaking off the pick here. He's going to push one deep down the right. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
70 Timberwolves.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Inside give here for Tootin. He finds a little opening, but not much. Picked up about 4 on 2nd down. He's moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Ward off the play fake. It's caught left side by Mitchell. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago. Ward setting the pass. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's 2nd down coming up.
19 tight.
Ward now. This is Metcalf working that right side. And he he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Chased out to his right, and he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Kate, I gotta believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Check. Ready.
Second and 10 now. Ward has him on the quick hitter. Has some room to work. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears make it a one-score game in the first half. Plater on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears cut the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Bears 14. Matt Prater set to kick off.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Packers getting set here. First and 10.
Set. Yellow 80! Yellow 80! White, 21, 30, 30.
Back to throw here, Stafford. Completed to his running back. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4.
Ready. 180.
Running back motions right. Stafford. He'll set up the screen. Here's a Dunte. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More from Soldier Field after this. Third and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
The Bears decide to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard.
250.
Quick pass left side. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tootin. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Pressure coming. Here's Ward. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him. altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Cup 19! Cup 19!
It's going to throw here on third. That's Mitchell on the slant. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So the field goal team stays sidelined. They're going to go for this. Fourth down, here's Ward. He's got to his running back. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Goal at the 8-yard line.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Go!
And off to Tootin. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And that brings up third and goal.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got two in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a third one's coming at some point.
And it's incomplete on third and goal. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up fourth and goal. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
So the offense staying on the field from a bit of a distance here. They're going for it on fourth and goal. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So the offense staying on the field from a bit of a distance here. They're going for it on fourth and goal.
They're
going to try to throw for it. That'll be the first and more. And he won't make the marker. When they rally to him in time, that's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. First and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's unable to add to the catch, but still gets him away from their own end zone. This is out to the 14. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll come up on first and 10.
32, 70.
Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their third and final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Offense still line. This is second and 4.
32.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. It's his running back. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And they spike the ball to stop the clock. Second and 10. Need something positive here.
Lady! Hey, 22!
Stafford from the gun. He rolls to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. He's got it deep downfield. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Now we go from to find a solution for us. We go from sorry inside to ready to grab them. To get to the front. I want the money to pack, the moolah the bag, the currency stacking it up. We want the freedom to live and the freedom to have. The things will be lacking, my brother, so what are we lacking? I can point it down, so much that's around. Better settle down, no one doing that. Don't they send the hound, find me in that.
Jack Fox, set to kick off.
From those who came up before me, I'm here to change the story. I'm here working in the morning. I'm here with people I'm on it, man. Cause that is around every corner. When life is different from praising God, you are taking out of a corner. Savage is speaking a language, y'all. You don't understand you are born. But nobody needs an advantage now. We need some letters in order. But you know there's never a case, never a chance that they're changing their ways. There's never a trace that they're giving it. You know we'll never be the
Fox now to kick this one away. And a stumble coming out of the locker room at halftime as the kick goes out of bounds, Brock. So our first drive of the half is going to begin all the way up at the 40. So first down from the 41.
Get it. 6 Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
From the gun, it's Ward. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Packers 60. 19. Viking 18. 79 Broncos. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Chicago brings out the punting unit. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And this one gets just beyond midfield before sailing out.
At their own 48-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
250. Alert! 40.
He gives to Montgomery to start the drive. That's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That run may not have got you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Ready. 32. 70.
Throwing now, Stafford. Dumped off to his running back. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up with a loss of yards. Offensive line fast.
The tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
40 got. 40 got.
Motion a receiver left. Stafford now on 3rd down. It's complete. Play made by Cup. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Green Bay.
Stafford back to throw. Taking a shot for the end zone. Finds Cup once more. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers push their lead further to start the half. Cooper gets the extra point to go. And the Packers double their lead to 14.
Bears 14. Jack Fox set to kick off.
Fox now to kick this one away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41. It's a handoff to Tootin, running right. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That stop made by T.J. Watt.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Trap 60, trap 60. 19 Lion.
Out of the shotgun, it's Ward. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it'll be first down Bears.
Ready, break.
At the 43-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18, 19, 70 Timberwolf, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
Shotgun snap down to Ward. Couldn't find a completion on first down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be second down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Ready. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Defense showing blitz here, Ward. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He has the first over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Coming to the line for another first and 10.
Let's go. Dragon 60.
Again, Ward going to the air. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Go.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. They're on him behind the line, and the give to the receiver doesn't work.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Because once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
This connects with Higgins. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And the pass is successful. That's a little momentum builder as they attack this deficit. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Return coming from the 6. And he's out of bounds up across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Set. I'm on the hop. Waiting. Alert. 40 got. Hey, give me your.
Now Stafford to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Back to the air we go on second. Stafford finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 and the 31. Offense up to the line fast.
50. Real right, 22, 10.
Stafford from the gun. Third down. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. It's Stafford once more. He gets this to Harold Fanning Jr. Complete. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 40.
Just a yard left to go on second down.
250.
The toss play, Montgomery. He's still going at the 30. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know I love that, Kate, but you know who loved it even more than late, great John Madden himself, the former lineman? He would have loved watching the student body get right out in front of that thing, those blockers just knocking people off the ball, and let him clear the way so that running back could show off his speed.
To the left and hauled in by Odunze. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down. First and goal, Green Bay.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal.
Ready. Count of 20. 0.
Motion man sent left.
Moving hot.
Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Dumps it off to his running back. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers make it a 2-possession game here in the fourth. It's a Tajay Spears touchdown. That gives him a mark of distinction for this season. He's now up to 40 touchdown passes this year, and it's part of one of the more impressive campaigns that we've seen from an NFL QB. And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Pressure coming. Here's Ward. That's DK on the slant. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Here's first and 10 from the 47. Ward off the play fake. He throws a bullet to the center of the... And there's a man there. It's intercepted.